We're gonna do something really fast and easy today, guys. I'm literally sitting at my work desk waiting for a phone call. Something really bad happened at work yesterday, and pretty much the entire company is in fire. So, for those of you who don't know me, I work in IT. I am not an artist by trade. Maybe someday I will be, but today, not that day. So I've been sitting here for like an hour and a half just waiting for someone to tell me what we're gonna do. And I'm bored of waiting, but I know it's happening soon. So instead of getting like really dedicated and like involved in something, I'm just gonna do something fun and quick. And I'm gonna do an art video because then I feel like I'm being productive. We are going to make art with just this one pencil. Just that, well, okay, that's a lie. We're probably also gonna have our sketching pencil, and we're also gonna have our eraser, and whatever. We're only going to be using a Prismacolor Watercolor pencil in black. This is a used pencil. I got this from my buddy, Columbia, way back in, oh god, I want to say 2016? She sent me a big Ziploc baggie full of used colored pencils because I didn't have mine anymore. As a matter of fact, I still have all of them. They're just in my coffee can. Sometimes they're more convenient than my other ones. And I swear the older Prismacolors work better than the newer ones, but that might just be me. But this one was a watercolor pencil, and I've never used these before. I was kind of scared to use them, but lately I've been getting really into watercolor, so I'm going to give this a try. And I figure using black would be kind of fun, because then I can experiment with dark and light. And also this is easy and lightweight, so that when my phone call finally happens, I can throw everything to the side and hurry up and get my work phone and be like, I'm here, boss, I'm here. What's the next step? I really hope someday I could do art as a job, but today's not that day. But the way to make it happen is to keep drawing, so let's start. So this was recorded about a month ago. Since then, things have gotten a lot better. Thanks for asking. But anyone who's on like the DCG Discord knows just how busy I was over the last month, just working nonstop. It was awful. Shout out to anyone watching this video who works in IT who knows just how crippling ransomware can be, but it's okay. We are good to go. So the question here comes down to three things really. First thing is, why did I bother doing a challenge in the middle of this crisis when I knew I probably shouldn't have even bothered? What made me decide to do this challenge on an art medium that I've never used before in my life? And three, why didn't I do at least a little bit of research before jumping into this? Well, the answer to all three is that I'm an idiot. It's been something I've been wanting to do for a while because I keep looking at that pencil on my desk like, ooh, I'm gonna do a challenge on you someday, you just wait. And I thought today'd be a perfect day to do it. I thought it was gonna be super easy, it's super simple, it's colored pencil, I know how to use those. So the character I'm drawing is named Draken. He's one of my earliest characters. I'm talking like 2003 is when I came up with Draken. And he'd be perfect for this challenge because he's black and gray. At the time, I was getting really into watercolors, and I thought, oh, this is gonna be sweet, man. I'm just gonna use this colored pencil and do a watercolor wash. It's gonna be awesome, man. Well, not everything works out, especially when you're extremely stressed. It just wasn't good timing, and I don't even know why. When I was editing this video, I'm like, why did I do this? Why did I do this? Why did I at least just watch a YouTube video and figure out what to do first before jumping headfirst into this? But, everyone makes stupid mistakes, and that was definitely mine. I wanted to put the video out anyway, though, to show you guys that it's okay if you mess up, because messing up is just part of the process. And that's how you learn, too. I learned by screwing up. You can tell me to read the instruction booklet again and again. I'm like, oh yeah, it's cool, I got it, and then I mess up. I decided to do line art for this, and you guys are gonna hate me for this, but I did the line art with the idea that I could scan the line art, and if I ruined it with the pencil, that I could print it out again. Well, guess who didn't scan it? This girl. Of course I didn't scan it. So this is my only shot. I wasn't in a good state of mind, guys. And that kind of leads me to the next question, really, is what do you guys do when you're stressed? Do you try to do something productive? Does that help you unwind, or does it just stress you out even more? For me, personally, when I'm stressed out, or if I'm upset about something, I will find myself cleaning. For some reason, just doing something productive just makes me feel better. I don't know why. And in this case, I was so stressed out, I was so scared, I genuinely thought like there was a real chance that I was going to get a phone call saying, hey, we're wrapping it up, thanks for working for us. Like, oh my god, I would have lost my job. So I decided to do art instead, as a way of like being vent art, I guess you can say. But you can't hold yourself to the highest standards when you're not in the right state of mind, because then crap like this starts happening. I had my line art finished, everything looked fine, and then this is where the bad stuff starts to happen. I grabbed that stupid watercolor pencil and I tried a few different techniques. Again, no clue what I was doing. First time I tried scribbling the pencil into the palette and then using that as a watercolor palette. End result, very dry, not pigmented, very chalky, very like gross looking. Like it was so streaky and blotchy, and I don't know if it was because I'm stupid and I didn't know what I was doing. Second thing I tried doing ultimately ruined this drawing. I tried to scribble right on the paper when it was still wet. Don't do that. Let the paper dry. I could not pick up the pigment, and off camera I tried to erase it. Again, I'm an idiot. And it left like this blotchy, torn paper. The paper actually tore under the eraser. It was so bad. My third attempt is I actually used the brush on the tip of the pencil to pull the pigment off of it as if it were a watercolor palette. And that worked a lot better. I got a lot more ink off of it, but it's still not gonna work because I needed a lot of color for this big picture. All in all, guys, this is not working. I was at my wit's end already. I tried adding a bit more of that newly found color that I pulled off the pencil, and it looked a little better, it's a little darker, but it still is just so grainy. It was not, like, you can kind of see it. I know the camera's not that great. You can kind of see just how blotchy it is. Like, it just looked awful. And at this point, you have to ask yourself, is it me or is it the pencil? Am I out of touch? No, it's the pencils that are bad. But I pressed on because I wasn't about to let myself fail a challenge. I'm all about failing, guys. Failing is part of the process. It's how you learn. I have no problem with failing, but I never wanted to quit, so I wanted to keep going. And this is like, what, number 4? Or is this 5? I lost count already. And I'm getting there. I decided to scribble on dry paper this time, some of the color, and then run a brush over top of it. See, I'm getting there. I'm getting so close to the right technique. It's just, you have to keep messing up till you get it. This one looked a lot nicer. But I messed up, and now I'm future Shan talking, by the way. I know what I did wrong, and I'm just going to spoil it for you right now. You're not supposed to go dark to light, you have to go light to dark. So I started in that darker spot, and I pulled that ink down, and it just looked so gross. And you could also see the pencil scribbles underneath, and I don't know if that's because it's a crappy pencil, or I did it wrong. I don't know. Because all the videos I watched afterwards showed them running the pencil over the paper, and then they put the brush over it, and the pencil just vanishes. I don't know. I tried to add some shading on the scales, and it was just so bad. But again, like I said, I don't want to quit, because I want to finish the challenge. I want it to be something presentable, so I can say, hey, look, guys, I did my best. It's not the best, but I tried. But man, after an experience like this was just awful. I was not having fun at all. And you guys are probably already throwing a dislike on this video and leaving because it's that boring. Like, it just looks so gross. Why am I even putting this on YouTube, man? This is bad. I like showing my mistakes on YouTube so that people who also make mistakes know that it's okay to make mistakes. A lot of times I'll see people put videos and pictures on like Instagram and Twitter and YouTube to a point, and they only show the good stuff. All the pictures you see are like the perfected, corrected works of art. Alright, that's like, what, number 6? Technique 6 I tried, where I just wanted to do a quick scribble over the entire everything. And then the idea was to throw water on it and make a wash. And then I could go back in when it dried and add more. I was almost there. I wish I could go back and tell myself, don't stop, put more pencil down, you're almost there. Oh, that's okay. Live and learn. It looked a little better. It was nice and consistent at least, but I could still see the pencil strokes, and it just wasn't dark enough. Draken is like black, like he's a dark gray, and this just wasn't the correct thing. I thought maybe later on I could put more paint over it, but I never actually got that far because I started on his hair. His hair is jet black, and I thought, okay, well, I'm going to put more pressure on this pencil. I'm going to put more color. And yeah, it worked, except it didn't. I can't blame the pencil. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. I am the one who messed up. So I will never sit here and say, oh, this stupid pencil. Look what my pencil did. Oh my god, it's awful. Oh, the pencil wouldn't dilute it. No, it did exactly what it was supposed to do, and I'm just dumb. It's just how it works. But it's okay. So his hair started looking like tar. Not ideal. I wanted it to, fade out in the white. At this point, I was done. I couldn't believe how bad this was looking. I didn't want to give up on the drawing though, because I put so much time. It's like 3 hours into just doing the line art. I was so frustrated. I gave up. I gave up on the challenge, guys. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it anymore. So I grabbed an old watercolor palette of mine, a Sakura Koi, I think, travel set of watercolors. I bought this a few months ago. I have yet to use it, actually. There's a few like little spots I've used it on, but never for a full drawing. And I told myself I would finish this drawing with regular watercolors, and you can already tell I had a much better time doing it. It was just way more, it was more comfortable. It was doing what I wanted it to do. Did I feel a little bad? Yeah. But at this point, I decided this was going to be my vent art. Draken was going to be my face of just trying to relax during a very stressful time. And even though I failed, I wasn't going to let it go to waste. I was still going to put the effort in and finish it and make it somewhat presentable. I went through the entire thing with that watercolor, like real watercolor this time. I tried to fix what I could. It still wasn't perfect. And you know what, guys? In the end, I think I failed. You know, I didn't actually finish the challenge the way I was supposed to, but the end result was pretty nice. I mean, he looked fine. It's just a little messy. Now, let me ask you guys, do you really think I'm gonna be the one to actually quit and say, oh, I failed a challenge, guys, sorry, thanks for watching, subscribe to the channel? No, I would never do that. I am a fighter. I want to do the challenge. So yesterday, the day before I did this voiceover, I was editing this video and I said, no, I'm not leaving it at that. We're gonna do it again. It's been a month since then. I've learned a lot. And here we go, guys. I drew a kind of like a chibi version of him on my Arteza watercolor sketchbook, which I actually don't like. The paper's super coarse and cheap, but it was also a very cheap sketchbook, so you get what you get, you know? I watched some YouTube videos and I know what to do now, and this is what we're gonna do. I was gonna go over the entire drawing with this pencil and shade it as if I were coloring with colored pencil. Like, I wasn't even gonna think about water at the time. Just take this pencil, go through the whole thing, shade it, and color it. Then take water over it and see how it turned out. I was committed, guys. I did not want to fail the challenge. I mean, God, I'm putting myself on YouTube. I'm at everyone's mercy on YouTube. Like, no, I'm not gonna fail. Not in front of everyone. Not in front of my friends. I can do it, guys. I can do it. Something to note also is that I recorded this with my new phone, which is supposed to have a better camera than my actual camera. Problem is, I didn't check the settings on it, and I think it defaulted to auto, and it made it 30 frames a second and kind of gross looking, so it's not too pretty. I'm also using a lamp for some light, also not too pretty. I'm trying to get a better recording setup built for you guys, and it's hard, but I'm working on it. I'm trying. I think with the phone, if I just changed it to 60 frames a second, it would look a lot nicer. I just gotta make sure to do that next time. Man, it's kind of funny. We're so used to like HD everything that you watch something that's not in HD and it's like, ew, gross. But I went through this entire drawing shading it as if it were a regular colored pencil drawing, and you can see the grain on the paper, like all those little white bumps you see underneath the black. That's just the paper. It's just naturally bumpy, which drove me crazy because it looked so bad. If I were to do this again, I would definitely use like hot press paper, which is watercolor paper but super smooth. Problem is I can't find it anywhere. I have to go on Blick. Maybe I'll do a shopping order after this video. Leave in the comments section if I should go buy art supplies. So you're not going to notice this immediately because the light is kind of glaring off the water, but look at this. Light to dark. Look at the pencil just melt away, and it looks so good. You don't see it on camera, but after I did that, I was like, oh, like I was so excited. Once it dries, you'll see how it actually looks. Light to dark, light to dark. I was so close in that first drawing. I was just doing it backwards. I was going dark to light to dark. Now, it's not perfect, of course. There's a lot of mistakes, but this is like my second time using a watercolor pencil. First time using it correctly. It just turned out so much better. I got these nice, consistent lines, and it was just, the color was there. There was shading, there was value, and it was so much more fun. I really enjoyed working on this, and I'm so glad I did. No line art though, no inking. I decided to go in at the very end with colored pencil. Now, I'm using a Prismacolor black color pencil, not the watercolor one, to do the outlines, because the watercolor one was super soft. So, did I fail the challenge because I outlined it with a different kind of pencil? You know, you guys are picky. If you really think I failed this challenge because I used a pencil to line it, then bleh, get out of here. The paper was extremely bumpy though, which drove me crazy because it kept catching the pencil when it made the lines. I wanted these thin lines and I couldn't get them, but you know what, guys, it's fine. I'm not going to sit here and complain about the cheap paper that I cheaped out on. That was my decision. I know better next time to get smoother paper, or just use the other side of the paper. It's way smoother. Come on, Shan. But just like that, look, Draken actually has a picture now, and it was done entirely in watercolor pencil. I couldn't believe it. I was so happy I went back and did this again, guys. See? I didn't fail the challenge. I almost did. I did, actually, at first, but I went back and I did it again. The difference between not being so stressed out and actually watching a couple YouTube videos on how to do it just made such a difference, guys. I was actually able to finish a watercolor drawing. I'm gonna do it again. I know I said at first I hated it, but after doing it like this, I actually really liked it. It was fun. So I'm probably gonna do it again. Now, I'm not gonna go out of my way and buy watercolor pencils, because I have watercolors, I'm gonna use those, but if I ever come across them again, I'm gonna use them. So you know what, guys, at the end of the day, I did finish the challenge. It just took me a month to figure out how to do it. I hope y'all enjoyed the video anyway. I know it wasn't the best, and leave in the comment section, you know, how do you guys feel when you're stressed? Do you do art? Do you clean? Do you yell at people? Do you just go to sleep? Because for me, I like to be productive when I'm stressed out. Making something makes me feel better. I hope y'all liked the video. Give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see more art videos just like this one. And as always, leave in the comment section if you have any ideas for me on any future videos you'd like to see. And I will see you guys in the next video, preferably without the stupid watercolor pencil.